Hello and welcome back to Speed Demon Painting. Today we are taking a closer look at a new release from Warcradle Studios, which is the Ergun battlefleet set. This box was sent to me by Warcradle Studios for review, so let's have a look inside. These of course always come shrink wrapped, but I have gone ahead and removed that, so there are no obvious glares on the camera. Now, strangely enough, the first thing that I saw when I opened the box was a plastic bag of 8 SRS tokens, which is way too much because there's not nearly that many SRS tokens on there. There's also a large bag with resin parts to make the main battleship, of course, and then 2 of these new sprues, the Chinese support sprues, which are first to be released in this set. Now, before we take a look at those though, let's take a look at the resin parts that make up the battleship. There are 2 variants that you can make with these resin parts, one being the Ergun, which is what the box was named after, or the Heilong, which is a ship that comes with big heavy Hokiangs in the front. And well, the thing that sets them apart mostly are these 2 front bits. You either have the one with the 2 flamethrowers or the landing vessel. Now it also comes with a couple of extra bits, weapons that come in resin as well, and one of them snapped off during transport. Not a biggie, it's quite often happens with these smaller parts, but it's nice to see that they've included these resin parts because, well, there are no plastic sprues included that come with these gun batteries. In addition, you also get this new resin version of a dojo, which is nice to see because that one used to only come on the Draconic Colossus, which is why it was included in the Heilong battlefleet set. Now all these parts of course glue to this main hull section. There are some bits on the side, you just have to make sure that you place the correct ones in the correct gap. It doesn't really require any building instructions, it is pretty straightforward to figure it out. However, the plastics are a bit more complicated. I haven't gotten any build instructions on those yet. When I do, I'll be sure to give a follow-up video on how to assemble them, because I didn't quite dare do the plastic cruisers because of the complications on there. The resin ship, however, absolutely no biggie to put those together. This box isn't the only set I got from Warcradle Studios, by the way. I also got the Kondika run for the Commonwealth, so if you look forward to seeing what's inside of that box, make sure that you give this channel a follow, and if you like this sort of review of these boxes, make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. It always helps with the YouTube algorithm. Now back to the resin parts. These are always 1-part molds, so there's virtually no cleanup in terms of mold lines. You just have to remove a bit of flash down at the bottom of the ship, which is pretty easy to do, and perhaps install a magnet so that you can use both variants of ships during your games so that they are easily interchangeable. Now, onto the juicy new parts in this box, the new plastics. Well, the first thing that was a bit odd is this big disc here at the center, which is a sort of a beach territory, in which you have to glue these 3 small parts, which are the tanks that were actually previewed for Armored Clash a while ago when they announced this game. There was a bit of a mix-up when it comes to the sleeve of the box, because that one shows the pretty much 1-part piece from the crown part, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a bit of a difference between what is on the box and what is inside of here, but that's not the only difference you'll find. These escort tokens that can be found on here are also mentioned nowhere on top of the sleeve, so there's extra models in here, which is always a good thing. This neat little extra escort is nice to see that it has a more Chinese touch. And then on top of it, there are these mystery parts. Now, one of it looks like half a hexagonal one that you can click together with the other half, found on the other sprue, of course. And I have found that this makes the top of a Fortification tower, which actually has 3 different sides to it that come included on this sprue as well. And by that I mean 3 different sides on each sprue, so you end up with a large hexagonal fortress which matches up with all the different hexagonal platforms that the game has. So yeah, watch until the end of the video to see how those click together as well. These sides also come with these small tabs here where you can glue these different broadsides on them. Now they're very similar to the broadsides that we've seen on the aerial squadrons for the Chinese, and in addition you can also swap them out to these Hokiangs, of which there are 3 as well. And as you can see, there's quite a few smaller weaponry found on this sprue, along with some other bits that were found on the platform set, on the aerial squadron, sorry. So there's a lot of interchangeability. If you are heavily into the Chinese, you can definitely mix and match between all your different sprues now. Now I'll let you just look at some of these parts in more detail, but as you can see, there's quite a few new weapon entries that can be found on this sprue. So I'm seeing corrosive mortars, regular gun batteries, which were previously, I believe, only found on the Japanese sprue, so it's nice to see them here as well. These two half parts are what makes the new hovercraft, so there's a skimmer version for the Chinese as well, which is nice to see. And on the sleeve it comes equipped with this new type of weapon, which is this sort of a double-barreled thing. Now there's only one of these Zebeks that can be found on these sprue, but it comes with two of these different weapons, so imagine that you'll be able to swap them out on some of the other smaller Mass 1s or even Mass 2 ships as well. So there's an exciting new weapon option that we do not know the name of yet. It's all very mysterious, all very Chinese really. Now what this is something that we do know from the Naraka heavy battleship that was released a while ago when the Ninjing was updated. It comes in two parts, but that is the Inferno cannon that can be found on here. There's also this very large crane piece, which is new. There's only a single heavy rocket battery on there, and then this is a part that many players will find quite exciting. It is a heavy Hawkyang in a turret version, so you can now start swapping out a lot of those weapons. Mind you, you'll need to buy the box several times because there's only one heavy Hawkyang turret that comes on here. But we also find smaller, regular I should say, rocket batteries on there, along with the corrosive mortars that I've already mentioned, and then the 4 gun batteries is what rounds off the sort of interchangeable turrets, if you will. And then to the side of that can be found a Ergun bombard, which is a double barrel thing that I'll show you more of in a minute. This double part, this double cannon, is probably something that is the same as can be found on the other flagship, the one with the Fortunes of War, the Ergun bombard that comes on there. This is the Mekong version, according to the sleeve. It does seem to share parts with the Inferno cannon, so it remains to be seen how easily this will be magnetizable. It might be slightly trickier to do so, but I'll give it a good shot. The other build variant is the Wuhan, which comes with that Inferno cannon, and then there's the Lantau that comes with what I imagine is a repair crane, but you can also slide a bit in front of there to make a Qiang, which has these these sort of containers on them, which leads me to believe that this is more likely going to be a support ship to give you some additional card play as well. Now some of these parts actually do have a top and bottom side. As you can see here, one side comes with a decorative piece, the other one with a gun turret, so magnetizing the Mass 2 cruisers to build all variants under the sun is going to be pretty tricky, nigh on impossible I think, but I am going to give it my best shot of course, and I'll try to let you know in an update to see what that is. Definitely keep an eye out on the official Facebook group, the Sturginium Lounge, which is where I usually upload all of these different photos as well. And now, as a little extra tidbit, again, that bit that wasn't even mentioned on the sleeve, the fortification that came with it. This is made up of the 2 sprues together, like I said. Half of it is included on each sprue. But it does look surprisingly a lot like these hexagonal platforms that can be found from different factions. This is one from the Union, and it also comes with different tabs on the side of it. Now my regular platforms, if you will, are still at my local gaming store, so I wasn't quite sure if they would be exactly the same, but I do think they are. This new fortress slides over these hexagonal platforms and actually lends a bit of extra rigidity to the whole thing, but I'm not sure if that's supposed to make them stand on these, well, legs to be in the middle of the ocean like this, or if it's sort of meant to not be included, you know, at all, and just serve as a land fortress, because at the end of the day the Chinese are sort of more the land component of the whole empire force, so yeah, maybe they're just supposed to be stood on a bit of landmass that you've created for your terrain. These are Mass 3 islands. usually as we use them in our game, and this is a pretty chunky piece. I mean, even the top of this is too small for it, so yeah, quite excited about these things. And it looks like you can give them a bunch of different loadouts as well, because yeah, this is like probably the most flexible top joint as well, and then you can still swap between broadsides and Hawkyangs on the side. Anyway, that's it for this video. I was incredibly pleasantly surprised that there was this large extra piece in there, so thumbs up from me. I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye!